Okay, this is kind of the most absurd thing I've built in this game so far. Welcome back to Alchemy Factory, everybody. Where we last left off, we got our pocket watch line up and running. It is going well, and I'm just sending everything through dispatch portals and sending the coins back on the line. Today, we need to work on our research tree a little bit. Let's see what we've got left. I think we've just about done everything in tier 6 now. Yeah. There's a stackable crucible. Let's unlock that. Stackable. An automated heater that transfers heat to the device above it. Okay. So we can stack crucibles now. That's cool. What else have we got here? An unstable catalyst. Crafted in an advanced assembler. I don't know what that does, but we will unlock it. I don't think I've got a use for it yet, but I guess we'll be making it soon. And then here in Tier 7, what have we got here? Paradox Crucible, an Alembic, a Thermal Extractor, and an Advanced Shaper. Okay, so I'm seeing we're getting some new machines to start making some new things. Oh, there's that unstable catalyst. It looks like it's used in this recipe here for a fertile catalyst, which is going to be a new fertilizer. Oh, is this a fertilizer? No. It may just be an intermediate product, because I'm not seeing that we can sell it either. Okay. Well, let's see what these other machines are. An Alembic requires a recipe. It can only be built on a furnace with one conveyor belt input, one pipeline input, and one pipeline output. Okay. So it's going to make liquids, probably these liquids here. Yeah, lavender, brandy, sulfuric acid, and then that's going to be used to make our blast potions, perfume soap, and topaz, it looks like. And then we've got the advanced shaper, which is going to be used to make Venus, which is a new relic. Ooh, that sells for a lot, 10 gold coins. Wow. But it looks like it's going to be expensive to craft. It looks like it's going to use all the other potions we currently can make to make those, including potions we haven't unlocked yet. Well, I guess we should start by unlocking a few of these. What's this Thermal Extractor? An advanced extractor with an added heating module. The higher up it's built, the greater its output. So it's an extractor. That is the liquid machine. I don't think I've got any on this floor, do I? Oh, yeah. Back here with soap, we're using extractors. So this one, yeah, those are extractors there. So a thermal extractor uses heat. The higher up it's built, the greater its output? I'm going to take a look at that. We might as well unlock quite a few of these things. The Alembic, a Paradox Crucible, a passive heating device that can refine any material into oblivion essence. Different materials will take different amounts of time to refine. Oh, that's interesting. So different materials take different... Well, I don't have a use for an oblivion essence yet, I guess. What is it even used for? So much stuff to unlock. Let's get a few of these unlocked and see if we can place them down, just kind of get an idea of what we're going to be working with. All right, let's take a look at a couple of these. This is the Alembic right here. We currently don't have a recipe for it. Okay, so we can't craft anything in it just yet. I'm assuming we're going to be making some liquids in it, though, like brandy, lavender oil, and sulfuric acid. All right. Thermal Extractor. This thing seemed interesting. The higher up it is, height of 49, production multiplier 38%. So, well, let's try this. Let's just copy it. Actually, I can cut it, right? Let me take it down to the ground floor and see what it produces. Ah, height of 1, production multiplier 0.8. So it's going to make more than the regular extractor based on its height. Oh, that's kind of cool. So, like, is there a maximum to it? So if we place it here, It's producing 38% more than it was on the ground floor. What if we took it up higher and see, like, is there a maximum for it? Like, could it just... If we built... I don't know what the limit is in the game, but if we built it way up there, would it produce, I don't know, 10 times more? We may have to play around with that and see. Let's see if there's any other... I mean... Oh, you know what? We could actually use it now, though, couldn't we? There's no reason we couldn't use it now to replace some of our other machines, although that would throw our math off, because I usually have all my machines balanced. And let's test this. So that produces 4,500 a minute in a regular... Oh, but you know, we would have to add a fuel source to it as well. Let's put down a storage box to kind of test this. Oh, end of day 171. I'm going to skip that because I'm in the middle of something here. And let's connect that and add flax in to see what it... to see how much more efficient it is. Okay, so 6,200 versus 4,500. And they're at the same level. Oh, okay. I think I see how it's working now. So the only downside is you got to feed it fuel, but that's usually not a problem. I mean, we've got black powder now as a really good fuel source. Huh. Well, this is interesting. I may have to play around with this.
One eternity later.
Okay, I may have found the maximum. I am so high up here, the people look like ants down there. And honestly, it is giving me a little bit of a vertigo feeling being way up this high. 17 floors. You get a 200% bonus. So I'm 17 floors up from the ground level. You get a 200% bonus on the machine's production efficiency. And then if I try to go higher, it stays at 200%. So for instance, if I copy it and paste it down a floor... that's the wrong machine. It is still 200% efficient. Every other floor seems to raise it about 12%. So if I place it here and look at it, 188. So it's about 12% per floor is what you get on the efficiency, and it seems to cap out at 200% bonus on this thing. So I don't know. What do we do with it now? I guess we could set up a factory up here to make liquids with this thing, this thermal extractor. That would mean we would need a fuel source up here as well. And could I build a factory up here? Let me show you guys, for instance, what I did. I didn't build it on my main... This is my main factory. This is that... Oh, and actually, those stairs look kind of nice. Huh. I started by trying to build the whole thing, and I was like, no. Just build stairs in one little section. But this is that little plot that we bought most recently. Behind the storefront, like, that's our shop door on this side over here, where people can come in and access the shop. We have our mailbox. So on the back side of it, we had bought these properties. I think it was like 3 of them over here. And I didn't really know what I was going to do with this space. And then, well, this came along, and I was like, well, let's try it here. And I marked a couple of the floors to give me an idea of the efficiency bonus. So right here at 9 floors up from the ground level now, we get a 100% efficiency bonus on this machine. So it basically would produce double right here what it would at the ground floor. And now, up here, way up here, on floor 17, if I can ever make it that high. I'm actually honestly being a little bit careful with the stairs because I know you don't take any fall damage, but still, it's got me kind of weirded out up here. Oh yeah, one more floor. I took it down a floor. Right here is where we get our 200% bonus, and it doesn't seem to go any higher if I build any higher, so I just stopped right here. And I suppose we could make a factory here. I'd have to build walls up this high. I do have a couple of walls this high, but I'd have to build the whole thing, at least to have space to do it in. I don't know. Give me a few minutes. Let me see if I can build something. I'll have to go grab some more bricks and some wood, and we'll see if we can build this out. And I'll need... Well, I need nails for stairs. Oh, no, I'm done with stairs, so I won't need any more nails. I like these little shelves. I found this in, like, the Steam forums. Somebody described how to build this, and this is literally just shelves stacked on top of each other. You do need 2 little regular blocks for the first one to snap to. The first shelf snaps to that, and then you just keep snapping them on top of each other. And then if you want to, when you want to build it for another floor, you just go into your clone mode, and then you copy the stairs. It's technically copying the shelves stacked on top of each other, but then that's a quick little way to get up and down. It uses a lot of nails, though, but that's okay. We're making plenty of stuff. Let's see if we can build some walls here and see if we can do anything with this stuff. I guess I'll have to test it with different flax and whatnot to see. Oh, do I have any flax on me? Where did the flax go? I was curious to see how much it actually produced. So we were producing 4,500 down here, right? In the standard, I guess anywhere, it was producing 4,500 in the standard extractor. Let's grab a couple of flax and head back up there and see what it produces way up there. 13,500. Wow. Versus 4,500 in a standard extractor. We're getting this bonus multiplier way up here, and we're able to produce 13,000 linseed oil using the same amount of flax. So this greatly increases... Oh, we can make our builds much smaller. Right? We wouldn't need a bunch of nurseries to get the materials, because for the same amount of flax, I get 13,000 oil versus 4,500. So that's like, what, a triple, yeah, it's basically triple. Triple the output using a little bit of fuel. That's cool, that's cool. So it's going to allow us to shrink our builds. I mean, we're going to have to build stuff up here. I guess eventually we would get this high. I don't know. This seems really high. But let me put down some floors and some walls, and let's see if I can build something up here. This might be kind of cool. Okay. This is kind of the most absurd thing I've built in this game so far. I think I've built something... I was going to say this might be the craziest thing I've built ever, but no, I did something quite similar in Satisfactory. Here, let me do it this way so we don't get dizzy spiraling up the stairs here. I found that if you do it like this, you don't get very dizzy this way. There we go. So what I've got up here, I have got a fuel production up here. I brought some coins up, put them in a box, have a coin bank distributing them to buy all the materials we need to start making, this is our black powder. So we've got a fuel source up here. Now, all of my machines, or all of my extractors, are going to be on this floor. And then, so I ran growth potions up to here. They haven't quite made it up. I put one conveyor belt from all the way down there. I put one conveyor belt running all the way up here. Used like 200 rope to make it, but here it is. We're just waiting on the growth potions to come up here, and we're essentially going to be able to feed all of our nurseries from this line. I don't know if I should run it around like this or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think I'm going to stick with clockwise like I've been doing everything else. So this is our area here. I guess now I need to set up our blast or some sort of furnace. We need a heating surface for these. Let's see. Let me just... Right, yeah, they got to be on a heating surface, and... Oh, crap, don't fall. I should put up some guardrails. And then, so we'll run a fuel in. It's right up there. I could just drop it down onto this floor. Be really easy. Oh, I also should consider a coin belt, too. Before this gets... Oh, oops, it's already here. Okay, I was going to say I should put a coin belt down, too, before it gets up here. I think I'll be able to take our black powder along and drop it. I should be able to drop it right here. Yeah. I can just run the belt along here and then hit a lifter to drop it down to this floor. It should land right there, I think. And then I can run it around and feed our fuel into the factory as well. Which probably means this belt right here needs to be changed. And I'll have coins on the bottom, fuel on the second, and no. How do I have it down there? I have coins on the bottom, I have growth potions or fertilizer on the second rail, and then fuel on the third. I believe that's how I've got it. I'll take a look at it and see. So our thermal extractors are getting 200% efficiency up here. We just need to figure out a couple of ways of like stacking these or how we need to do it, and then set up nurseries. That's the next step. Once we get this figured out, to see how we kind of want to do it. I don't know if I want to do it this way or maybe take them and rotate them like this. Yeah, that may actually be a little cleaner if I rotate it like this. Then I can just have one belt feeding this side and this side all at once. And then do I have enough room to do it twice? Not quite. Let me play around with this a bit. Maybe there's a way we could do it like this. They don't want to fit like that. But maybe if we put multiple blast furnaces, we could get enough room to get pretty much all of our liquids made up here in these thermal extractors, and then pipe it down? Yeah, there's not a reason we can't do that. So yeah, let me set this up then, and we'll see if we can figure out a way to get all the fluids down to where we need them then. That might be a challenge. Alright, so far this is what I've got. I've just kind of been putting down nurseries to kind of get an idea for all the numbers. If we're going to be using growth potions as our fertilizer for all of these, they're all going to produce at base speed 60 a minute. We're currently at triple that, so each nursery can produce 180 of the particular plant. Sage, flax, chamomile, lavender, and red currant. We're not using the lavender yet, but if I look in the research tree, we're going to be using it lavender essence oil soon enough anyways. Brandy looks like it's going to use blood wine. We'll have to figure out sulfuric acid because I think that uses brine, so it would not use a nursery, but I just kind of wanted to bring all the plants up here so I have a good idea. And then this is what I'm thinking we can do for the furnaces. I mean, for the thermal extractors, we'll just have one furnace and we can fit 6 thermal extractors on each one. We'll have one input. We could come from this direction or from this direction and feed them. And then, of course, raise it up to this one. I think it would probably be easier to come from back here to feed in our inputs. And then we could have like a lifter to take it up to the next floor, that sort of thing. And then have our fuel on this front side. Same thing for the nurseries. They stack with these are just the metal stands. They stack really well with these metal stands as well, and it does all fit within a 1 floor square vertical height of a wall. Oh, got a new skill point. Speaking of, while I've been building all of this, I'm now up to 7 unspent skill points. When I get to 8, we're going to max out all of our factory efficiency and logistics efficiency, and that's going to be completely maxed. I do have all of my research currently, relic knowledge, maxed out, and then I guess once we get a few more points, we can kind of reset, take our points out of the relic knowledge and start putting it into fertilizer efficiency, maybe even alchemy skill for this alembic output, because that's going to be the next thing we're going to start working with, is this alembic here, and it is used for research. Here we go. Yeah, the lavender essential oil is going to be made in it. The brandy and the sulfuric acid are all going to be made in this alembic. So to increase its efficiency might be a good idea. Now we just need to figure out how to connect like our plants into here and what the numbers are going to work out for each one, because I have a feeling each one is going to be a little bit different. And then, of course, figure out how to get it all the liquids off of here, off of this floor, and drop it, I don't know, 15 floors down to there, however far it is. All right, here's what I've got set up. This is what I came up with. All right, I've got several builds here, and this is going to be all the fluids we can make so far. I have a feeling there's going to be more fluids later in the game, so we've got fruit wine and linseed oil and lime water and brine all right here, and I've just kind of crafted them into little, blueprints here. So I've got fruit wine using the new extractor, linseed oil, brine, lime water, all these little builds, and this is what they look like. So this is our fruit wine, and fruit wine, 1 nursery's worth of red currant will feed 6 thermal extractors. This is going to produce a ton of fruit wine. So I stacked them because this would fit underneath a ceiling, like 1 wall high. And that's kind of what I was shooting for, to keep it compact. I think it looks pretty neat too. So we just have 1 belt coming in to feed 6 extractors, and then we're raising the next nursery output up to feed 6 more. And I designed all these. If you look, I'm just going to have like 1 fuel line running across the front of these, or actually I think I'm going to bring it from back here. This is going to be my inputs back here. So I've got a coin line running along the bottom. I've got our growth potions along the second rail for fertilizer, and then our black powder on the third rail is going to be our fuel. The black powder is just coming from above up here. Just dropped it in this little cubby hole, and it is coming down and feeding in. Coins, for now, I'm not making any money up here, so I've got to manually input coins into the line. So I just put down a storage box and a bank portal. I can take a bunch of coins and then toss them into the the input box. It goes into the bank portal. It turns them into nice little neat stacks of 2 coins, and then they run along the belt. Pretty simple setup. I've done it a couple of times already. So yeah, that is the fruit wine. And then right here, we've got our linseed oil. This 1 nursery can feed 2 thermal extractors. And I think, what do we say this makes, like, the math works out to be 52,000 linseed oil in this build right here per minute. 52,000 linseed oil per minute is insane. So 1 nursery can feed 2 thermal extractors. And so to stack them, that's, stacked them on top of each other. I didn't want to try and squeeze this belt into one, so I just stacked them. We've got the space for it, and it still is fairly compact. This one is our salt, so it's making brine. Unfortunately, this one can't really, the output is not great on this design. Maybe there's a more efficient design, but our stone crushers are going to get our salt. We're just tossing out the sand, because I certainly have no use for sand up here, so it's just going to go into a trash barrel. And those 3 crushers can feed 2 thermal extractors, so I can't really stack this one that well. Like I said, maybe there's a better design, but I don't know about it yet. And then lastly, we have got our lime water. This is going to take our limestone. We're going to feed limestone in, get a purchasing portals back here, so feed limestone into these. There is a set of stone furnaces and crucibles in here that's going to turn that limestone into quicklime, and then grinders to make quicklime powder. That's all coming out and feeding into these. So each grinder or each crusher and crucible setup can feed 3 extractors. And so I've got 2 of them right here. That's what stacks up nice and neat. So we are feeding 6 total thermal extractors on this one. The only thing I've got to input to this is I got to remember to input fuel right here to feed our furnaces, and then, purchasing portals in the back, that sort of thing. We do have, so that's 4 fluids that we can make right now. If I hit V, they should pull up on this. Yeah, so linseed oil, fruit wine, lime water, and brine. But there are more, so I want to try and leave space up here in case we need more. Also, these are designed to be able, I could, build 4 or 5 of these. Whenever we need more of fruit wine, whenever we need more linseed oil. I have the blueprint saved, so I literally would just, we need more brine? Boom, toss down a new brine machine, and then feed that into the pipes and connect them all up and send them down to where we need them. I think I have a pretty good idea. Oh, shoot, I fell. I think I have a pretty good idea of how I'm going to do this. I should be able to just grab a pipe, just like the conveyor belt. If the conveyor belt will go up, a pipe should be able to take it down, and that's my idea at least. So if I hit T to go vertically, we can drag our pipes from wherever down to wherever we need it, what floor we need it on. So that the logistics of that is going to be pretty complicated, but this is going to allow for some much smaller builds. Like, for instance, this linseed oil right here that we're using to make soap, we're going to be able to squeeze this build down tremendously. We had 2 nurseries up there, and I think the math was 52,000 per minute linseed oil we're making out of those thermal extractors off, was it 4 thermal extractors. So right here I'm making, let's see, 4,500, so that's 9,000, 18, 27, 36,000 per side. So that's like 60,000. So 2 nurseries will almost replace 8 nurseries that we're using standard extractors. These thermal extractors are going to be huge. They're going to allow us to compact a lot of our builds, get them a lot smaller, which means I can make my soap builds a lot smaller now. I won't need nearly the footprint to make soap, and so many other things are going to shrink too. So these thermal extractors are going to be huge. The next thing I got to do is figure out how to get all these fluids down, make sure I leave space for any additional fluids we're going to build in the future. But that's all the time I got for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a future episode. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video. It lets me know you like the content, you'd like to see more, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.